Well, when one thinks of bad roads in Nagar city, how bad can it get? Well, we'll tell you how bad it can get in this report. Take a look.
What you are about to witness is just another example of the sheer negligence of the BBMP and the BWSSB. 15 June 2012. It all began on this very date. The BWSSB came up with its plan to lay underground drainage pipes in this area. Initially, the residents of this place were very excited about this developmental work as their locality had no proper sewage pipes. However, this has turned out to be a living nightmare for the residents of this place. This road is now a huge 16 feet deep death hole. So the concern is not only the dilapidated state of the roads, but also the rising threat of it becoming a health hazard. Threat of a dengue outbreak is looming large over this area as rainwater gets collected in the 16 feet deep ditch. To add to the residents' miseries is the JCB that has become a permanent resident of this area now. The noise of the machine and the dynamites that they blast time and again to dig the road has left the residents in a state of panic. 500 meters of this stretch of road is laid out with mud and slush. Now, you may ask why the residents are keeping quiet from the past 1 year. Well, they have been complaining to the concerned authorities, but their complaints have fallen on deaf ears. Walking on this stretch of road is as risky as walking on a rope without a harness.
See, I am actually living here for the last 17 years. So when we got to know that, okay, the UGD work is starting here, we were quite excited because earlier we never used to have any drainage system. Everything used to go on the gutter. So we got the water in the month of Feb. So for the last, I would say, for the last 5-6 months, this work is going on. But prior to that, they had started the work, but not in this main road. So earlier, senior citizens used to walk in this road, and again, kids used to play around, cycling. Now, no play area for them. The other day, there were some 2 or 3 senior citizens who were about to fall down. They were about to fall down inside this.
Yeah, I told them to take serious action over these contractors for their failure. I have taken 2 years to do this work. But they say terminating contract is easy, but fixing another contractor is very difficult. I told Commissioner, the chairman or chief minister have got certain special powers. With that power, some X or Y or Z may be appointed here to do the work, duly terminating this fellow's contract, and the difference in cost can be recovered from the existing contractor. That is the only way, otherwise the work will not be moved up. The children are suffering a lot, the elders like us, we are unable to move in this street, the cars could not be taken, cycle could not be taken, one lady fell down, another man fell down, he is broken his legs and everything.
There is a school adjacent to this road. The school buses have stopped picking up or dropping the children. All thanks to the bad condition of this road.
1 year before, when this all started, I couldn't have gone to school. The van should have come here. But I always go stand there and wait for a van. And that too, when we have to go out, we all have to go there because my father will be parking the cars there. We can't go here and park. And that too, I just got cycle some few days before. When this all started, I couldn't drive any of it.
Tripping and falling on the road has become a part and parcel of these residents' lives. Several people have suffered serious injuries due to the pathetic condition of the road.
When we come in autos or cabs, we have to get down there and walk a distance. Why it should happen like that? We tolerated a lot. Now a stage has come, we are unable to tolerate. We are losing our patience and temper. Earlier the JCPs used to come and go. Nowadays they stopped taking the JCPs, it's here. As and when the work is there, they start in the morning. And morning they doesn't start in the early hours, in the 8 o'clock. They start around 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, then they will stop by 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock.
With this pathetic state of affairs prevailing in this area, these residents have nobody to turn to. Time and again, the authorities have only made false promises on receiving complaints. We tried contacting the local corporator Tejaswini, and this is what she had to say.
ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅದು ಒಂದು 6 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದನೂ ಪಾಪಮ್ಮ ಲೇಔಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟ್ರಿ ಕೆಲಸನೇ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂಡೆ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಗ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗದೆ ಭಾಳ ತೊಂದರೆ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ BWSSB ಅವರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನು ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಬೇರೆ ರೂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟ್ರಿನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟಾಗಿ ಮುಚ್ಚಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿತಿನ್ ಒಂದು 15 ಡೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟ್ರಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
We hope that her promise doesn't turn out to be just a temporary relief to the residents of this place. Shruti Menon for News 9, Bengaluru.
Well, there you have it. Absolutely shocking. In fact, we've shown you so many bad roads in Bengaluru, but it doesn't get worse than this. In fact, we have with us several residents from Ramamurthy Nagar who live along that bad stretch. So all of you, we can only imagine the kind of torture and trauma you must be going through. Thank you all so much for coming. Now, introductions first. We have first of all Mr. Bhaskar Nair. Yes. You also reside along that road. Right. So followed by you, we do have Mr. John S. Pulaya, who has also joined us here in the studios. Then we have Mr. Satya Prasad. Thank you so much for joining us here in the studios, sir. Then we have Mr. Guru Prasad, who also resides in Ramamurthy Nagar. Followed by which we have Mr. Sunil. Also, thank you so much for coming and sparing time to be with us. Mr. Panduranga, after that, he is also a resident in Ramamurthy Nagar. Then we do have the local corporator of the area, Mrs. Tejaswini. Thank you so much for coming here, ma'am. Followed by which we have Mr. GL Bagi, who has been living in Ramamurthy Nagar for quite some time now. Yes. And followed by him, we do have Mr. Subramaniam as well. We spoke to you earlier on also about the problems in your particular road. After which we do have Mrs. Dharini also. Thank you so much for coming, ma'am. After Mrs. Dharini, we do have Mrs. Indra Bhaskaran again. So thank you so much for coming out and talking about exactly what is the problem. Then we do have Mrs. Neelavati Panduranga as well with us. And finally, we have Mrs. Kumari Ganesh as well. Thank you so much for coming out and talking to us. So we have about 13 residents here. But first of all, Mr. Jilbagi, take us through what are the problems you face with that kind of a road, if we can even call it a road.
It was a VIP road earlier, before touching it. Now after starting this work, it has gone to a worst ever seen in our lifelong life. And
so if you could hold the mic and say the same thing again, please.
Now walking itself is very difficult. If some other invalid person like us is with us, we have to lift her or take by hand. It is that very difficult. But the progress made by the work being done by the government or the contractors is as slow as 1 feet on average per day.
No, you were telling me that they work about 1 or 2 hours a day and that's pretty much it.
No, I don't say that. I said they work about 1 feet. Progress is about 1 feet. And they will repeat it, sometimes backward, sometimes forward. And they have repeated it 2-3 times. And like this, we see that we won't be able to get this road again even for next 1 year. And this one point nobody is now considering. There is a great difficulty of carrying the tankers inside, water tankers.
For water as well. Exactly.
There is no water. The bore wells are not that deep. Earlier bore well, my bore well is 230 feet deep, where there is no water now. And my tanker cannot go. Where from I should take the water?
Now, Mr. Subramaniam, take us through how long has this construction work been going on? And we did see, in fact, when we showed what was happening, we saw how people are struggling with children. We can only imagine what it's like for you. So take us through exactly how difficult it is and how long the work has been going on.
To my knowledge, the contract was awarded for a Chennai contractor, Sriram EPC, 3 years back. Of course, we were quite happy. The Kaveri water and the UGD work is taken by the government. We are quite happy. But we never, we were not aware that main line, feeding line is going through Ramamurthy Nagar, the Papma Layout main road. It has to go 5-6 streets, this has to feed, to be sent to the TC Palle main road. From there it is being led to the KR-Puram. That is the process what I inferred. But I have not seen the schedule and other things. Contract was awarded, they say it is a global contractor, whatever may be. Work should be complete. What we residents want, we want water, we want road, We want education, school, all those things, only civic needs. Civic needs that we never thought that this road will be hampered in such a way to the extent even the senior citizens, ladies, children going to school, even my grandson who is coming from school, he has been stopped at 100 meters away. From there he has to carry the bag.
There's a
Which
school also nearby,
school,
we understand.
School, when I send the school boys, they have to come back to home. While going also, the auto, we are sending through auto. That auto is stopping 100 feet away. That he must pass through this road. And if he feels somebody will take him. But while coming, the auto fellow stop at 100 feet away. The students coming, we were not aware of the time they are coming. So this is the trouble what's going, the children who are going to school. Okay, then because of summer they did not take any action. Summer they could have done very nicely. Even I brought MLA 2 times, whatever party.
But absolutely nothing being done?
Everything, everybody is assuring that we will do it, we will do it. The contract, nobody, no site.
Okay, at this point, we'll ask the corporator, Mrs. Tejaswini, why is it taking so long?
Because of BWSSB work is some delay. So for that reason, we can't able to do any further actions.
All right, but 1 year, why is that? Have you spoken to the BWSSB authorities?
Yes, I have visited several times this street and we have called him and we talked to him, but he is saying something problem there. So now they wanted to shift other direction, otherwise they can't do the work. So that purpose they are getting late.
But Mr. Bhaskaran, have you as a community, have you tried doing anything about this? Have you brought it up with the other authorities? Because we do know the corporator is doing all she can, but the BWSSB is saying that it will take time. So what is the solution?
Actually, mainly I am working somewhere else. During daytime I will not be available. Whenever the problem is there, that time we will assemble and discuss about this. And moreover, when even our corporator also, sometimes she was present, and when she was there, then that time she will call other people also, other government officials. Then we discuss, then they will promise us within a few days, definitely we will be completing this work. But I don't know when they are going to complete this.
You were saying that it's very slow
I
progress.
think very slowly, very slow. Because during last July this work was started, but still not completed.
Initially, when you found out that this kind of work was happening, how did you react? You must have been happy, but you didn't probably think that it would last so long.
He never thought of it. It will be completed within the time schedule. The time schedule is given for 3 years. When they have not completed, the penalty should be imposed. What they are telling, if penalty is for terminating the contract, fixing another contract, another major work of like that, I told immediately, Chief Minister got certain powers. BWSSB chairman has got certain powers, single tender. You ask the penalty, so our corporate selling cannot be done, that the contractor is telling. It's not so. When contract is fixed, even the God sections they are blasting. Some rock is formed, it is that they are paid for that. If rock is formed, if soil is formed, they are easily getting the money. If rock is there, sir, I am able to do. That is not the cost. When contract is, they should expect everything. Or they should ask for trial bore, where all the rock is going on. That is their duty. While fixing up the contract.
You did say also that you brought the MLA to the area. So what did he say?
I brought MLA 2 times. Our Basavaraj, Mr. Basavaraj, Honorable, he inspected. First I told him, then sir, come and inspect 10 minutes to spare with this road. He came. On seeing all those things, he himself got annoyed. Immediately summoned the executive engineer of BBMP, BWSSB, all people next day. Then he told me that next day 9:30 meeting is there, I will be coming. Okay, he came. As an administrator, what knowledge he wants? Telegraph knowledge is commanding orders. He doesn't want the technical note of all those issues.
So it was a survey and it stopped.
He told them, no, he told them, when you are, sir, rock is that, I am not bothered about rock or anything. Work when you will you complete. That is the, of course, administrator needs that qualification. He asked, how many days you want to do? Sir, by July 31st, I'll finish exam. Executive engineer was there, contractor was there, everybody was there. The July 31st year they have not told, 2013 or 14 or 15 or 16, I don't know.
Very cleverly played, definitely. Very cleverly played by them. But Mrs. Dani, take us through the difficulties that your family faces. You, I'm sure, have children. You as a woman must be very difficult for you with absolutely no transport being allowed into that place.
Yeah, first of all, we were not able to come out of the gate itself. Because if you open the gate, just you can see the big pit was there. When I say it is a pit, the people who have dug that.
No, we saw that. It's almost 15 feet deep.
Yeah. And it is filled with drainage water as well as rainwater. So the people who come there for the work, their job is just to remove the water, and the day gets over, and then the next day they come back and redo the same work. And somewhere I feel personally the project plan itself is a problem.
It's flawed, definitely. Yeah. In fact, we will continue discussing this. But remember, you can call in and share your views with News 9. If you have any area in your place that is as bad as this particular area, as if you face the same woes that these residents in Ramamurthy Nagar do face, do call us and let us know. Call us on the numbers that are flashing on your screens. You can also SMS us about the areas in which you live and the condition of those places. We'll slip into a short break at this point, but we will continue discussing their woes and what is the solution they have at hand. Stay tuned.